Hey, listen, I just want to hit record sometimes because shit's funny. So it's just
All right.
like, we can fucking have
My
recording.
slippers weren't even on yet. Okay.
You got your
There we
slippers
go.
on?
Yeah, but now I took them off because my feet are too hot.
We got like the nervous slipper sweats.
No, good. All right, here we go, John. Here we go. You good?
I'm good, brother.
There we go. Welcome, everybody, to episode 17 of the Model Mindset. I am Brian. We got my boy, John.
Yo.
Now, I think everybody has probably have seen the pattern so far of 2023 in our episodes. There's a purpose behind that. And we are trying to make sure that we provide, education and share the knowledge that we have obtained through this past year to basically make this year the best of your life. So we're providing everybody the education that we have taken from all of the industry experts that we have been gathering knowledge and insights from. So it's only fitting that today we talk about the morning routine. John, what do you think about the morning routine, my friend?
Dude, I love the morning routine, man. The morning routine is kind of what changed everything for me. I tried, and I still am, obviously, and I think you are too. We're finding new things to incorporate in our morning routines and stuff. But when my morning routine started, and I think it was maybe August after we really started getting into this whole thing and talking a lot, it changed the way my days operated and kind of how I felt throughout my day. So morning routines are huge, man. I think if you don't have one, the more we can kind of educate you a little bit on what they provide, the better. And I think it's certainly worth a try for our listeners, maybe who don't have one right now, and maybe after today's episode, give it a shot. See if you can find something you like.
Yeah, for sure, man. And so today's episode is going to be about, providing some education on the benefits, of course, of a morning routine. John and I will go through our morning routines because they do differ. So it'll be nice to have that context where, hey, this is my morning routine, Brian's, and then you have John's, which it does differ, which is nice. So sit back and we're going to have a great episode. And so, John, the first thing I actually want to ask you is, what was the biggest game changer that you have incorporated into your morning routine that previously you were leaving out? And did you have like a structured morning routine or no?
No, not before, man. I didn't have one before. It was kind of just getting up and getting the kids ready or whatever, getting ready for work and moving on with the day, right? But the biggest thing that I incorporated with my day was something we talk about a lot is kind of, and you can see it behind me a little bit, is just planning my day. And the second I was able to start planning my day is when everything just fell into place, and it was almost like I knew what was coming next. There was no surprises in my day. I didn't feel any kind of stress throughout my days. Not that I was ever really a stressful person, but I never had that because everything was planned. So, man, once I was able to do that, that's when things changed for me. But the more I was incorporating anything that was waking up my brain is what I actually found, and to this day still find, is most important for me personally, right? Yeah. You and I have different morning routines, dude. And I think that's what we were excited to talk about today, is because what you and I do are very different. But the purpose is still the same.
Right.
And so I'm primarily focused on my mind in the morning and getting my mind right. Yeah. You're primarily focused on getting your workout in and getting that stuff done. Now you're starting to incorporate a little meditation, which I love, by the way.
So for sure.
That's really cool. But man, that's what's most important for me in my morning, is getting my mind right and working on things that get my mind right.
And the other thing I want to talk about too, or stress, I should say, is motivation. Like we are not motivated every single day. We're motivated, don't get me wrong, but we are not motivated every single day. What we have incorporated is habits and rituals, which leads you to success, not necessarily motivation. So this morning routine, our morning routines, it's so habitual that when we wake up, it's automatic. We're going. Like, we don't have to think about it. We don't have to be motivated about it. We just go because we know the benefits of it. Basically, you win the morning, you will win the day. It's a guarantee.
No doubt.
Yep. And what I wanted to just kind of rattle off very quickly are some of the benefits of the morning routine, because it's both psychological and also physical. And as I was just saying before, the morning routine sets the foundation for the rest of your day. And really quickly, I just kind of want to paint a real quick scenario that everybody is probably can relate to. Say you wake up 30 minutes before you're leaving to either go to work, go to the office, what have you. You wake up at 6, you're supposed to be out the door by 6:30. Okay. You get in the shower, get out, but all of a sudden when you're going to get a cup of coffee, you spill it on your shirt or something. And all of a sudden you don't leave the house until 6:35. You have that stressful, overwhelming feeling. And then all of a sudden you're in traffic. Okay. So it starts to compound. But if you actually just take time to maybe wake up a half hour earlier, so maybe it's instead of waking up at 6, it's 5:30, and you start to actually focus on yourself and ways to really get your mind right, maybe you start moving, it's going to lead to those possible stressful situations. You're able to deal with it much more calmly, right?
No doubt, yeah.
It increases your productivity, which is also huge.
Mm-hmm.
You feel in control. It lowers your stress. You develop healthy habits. That's clear. You know, when you're actually focused on yourself in the morning, you're developing those healthy habits. It boosts your energy levels. That is for sure, especially if you're moving, if you're meditating, if you're doing the brain exercises like you, John.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one. Improves relationships. Now, people might say, what the hell? But think about this. When you wake up and you're in a rush, you know, you're trying to get to the shower, trying to get your clothes on, you basically, you have a spouse or you're in a relationship. You basically just say goodbye, kiss each other, leave.
Yep.
The morning is also very important to check in on each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we both have 2 young kids, and my wife and I will get up at the same time too. And we can have like a brief 10-minute conversation, kind of what we want to do this weekend or something, rather than just kind of pass like strangers, you know?
Yeah.
So I do agree with that point. Would you agree with that point as well?
Dude, no doubt. And Danny and I actually have that usually after we put Mill on the bus. So when she gets on the bus like at 7:50, we come back inside. Mallory's hanging out with the woman who come over and watches her. Her name's Paula. She's fantastic. Listens to the show. Thanks, Paula.
Shout
out, Paula. She's awesome. Wish there was more of her. And, you know, so Danny and I have that few minutes where we can kind of just connect. And a lot of times, you know, I'm making my breakfast or getting my food set for the day to bring with me to work. She's making her coffee or whatever. And we're kind of just shooting the shit. But it's like, it's a nice 10 minutes that her and I can kind of just have and talk for a little bit. You know, and even like the other morning, man. So so this was yesterday morning. Her and I had a pretty intense conversation, right? But we weren't arguing, we weren't fighting. It wasn't about us. It was about a situation, and but it was in the morning, and it could have say we were stressed, and say like, you know, we didn't have these set routines and the set time that we always talk and all that. It probably could have got out of control, and it probably could have got something that we would have been mad at each other when we had no business being mad at each other, right? Right. It was just like a high intensity conversation we were having, and it was great because it never felt like it was out of control. We were both sharing how we felt about something, and we felt strongly about something, and it was a really, really good conversation, man. Because I was not in a good like headspace yesterday morning, and having that conversation with her, it was just like I felt good. Like it was like I got it out. We had a good conversation, and we felt like, all right, we can move on now. But like you said, man, like. That's that time frame. We could have that morning routine, right? If you have that set routine, you can have those conversations, and you can be able to communicate maybe a little bit better with your spouse. Because I communicated very well with Danny there yesterday morning, and she communicated very well with me. Yeah. And I think that's awesome. What you said. I think that's a contributing factor to that. I really, now that we're saying it, I really do. I think we had that conversation the way we did because of the way we handle our mornings.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. You know what I find too is I tend to be irritable in the morning. I don't know why. I think it's just because there's a lot going on in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
And I know I think my wife would definitely agree with that after I say that. But Yeah, I mean, it's huge to have those conversations, and
yeah, man.
And the other two items, improves your confidence, learns to be flexible, and of course, improves your motivation, your focus.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's huge, man. It's huge. And the other thing too that I want to say is that a morning routine doesn't have to be very complex. You could make it as simple as you want to be. The main purpose of a morning routine is to just get some time to yourself where you can just literally, it's almost like just thinking about yourself, thinking about what you want to do, what you want to make of that day. Shift your focus. If your mind's going negative, which a lot of times it does, shift that. Shift it to positive, whether you're going to be grateful or think about something you'd be grateful for, but it gives you an opportunity, to focus on yourself.
No doubt, man. And I love that you said, feeling grateful and think about what you're grateful for, because that's what we love Ed Mylett. You guys hear us talk about him quite a bit.
Yeah.
He talks about stacking gratitude in the morning.
Okay? Love that.
I fucking love that. And it's because it's so true. Everything that you have negative in your life, you can combat with gratitude.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you start your day by doing that, you will proceed in your day.
Yeah.
With that mindset and doing that and having that thought process. So he's huge on stacking gratitude. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's something that you and I both pretty much think about right away in our mornings too. We write it down often, what we're grateful for. I do that every morning, what I'm grateful for. And it could be simple, right? There's times that you could be grateful for something basic like the sun or a good night's rest or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
And those are things that if you just think of those things that you're grateful for, it can carry you on, but it can also, like you said, eliminate a lot of the negative that you're carrying with you in the morning. And that's morning routines do that. Morning routines get rid of the negative, and create positive outlooks in the moment and in the future. So let's talk about BG now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you do for your morning routine. I know yours is pretty thorough because yours starts at night actually. So yours is pretty thorough. And I'm going to want to ask some questions in between, but just start firing away here. Let them know what you do to kind of get yourself situated for the morning.
Yeah. And first and foremost, for me, it all starts the night before. Preparation the night before is huge. Like I said before, if you've listened to this podcast before, you know that I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So what we will do, my wife and I, we will make sure we get the boys breakfast, lunch situated so that literally in the morning, all we have to do is put their stuff in the backpack. That's all we have to do. I also make sure that I have my breakfast already made in the morning. So again, I'm doing this the night before, breakfast already made. Okay. I lay out my clothes for the gym. It's in the bathroom so that once I get up, I brush my teeth, I change my clothes, put my shoes on, and make sure my bag's packed. So I already write down what I'm doing for my gym. I do that. I write a week out. So I already know exactly what I'm doing for that week. And again, this is the night before. I go to bed early. Let me repeat that. I go to bed early. So now you should be targeting 7 to 9 hours. Now this is according to the National Sleep Foundation. The average adult age 26 to 64 needs between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Now, we've been grinding a lot recently. Not recently, we've been doing it for a while, but I would say I probably normally get around like 7 hours. I typically try to be in bed by 9 o'clock, the latest. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, you know that I love reading. Reading, I always read. I put the phone down, I don't touch my phone, and I read. I read for at least 10 minutes, at least, unless I'm just so tired I fall asleep.
Right.
But you have to quit the screen sucking time and try reading, especially like a growth book. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, night before, I don't snooze my alarm. Okay. I don't snooze my alarm. Don't snooze your alarm. If you are a constant snoozer, put that phone either across the room. And I'm going to give you a real quick tip. This is going to be a Brian tip here. Okay. If you are
just a tip.
Just a tip. If you are a constant, you're sick. But if you are a constant snoozer, okay, put your phone across the room. Make a non-negotiable that once your feet touch that floor, you cannot go back to sleep. Okay, you can't do it. Start holding yourself to a higher standard. Too many of us hold ourselves to a low standard. This is 2023. Start holding yourself to a higher standard. Okay? Because what happens is when you hit snooze, Jesus, snooze, what the fuck?
You can hit snooze if you want. Snooze or snooze, doesn't matter.
When you hit snooze and doze off for those extra couple minutes, you're preparing your body for another sleep cycle. So if you think about it, when you do hit snooze, you wake up fatigued, you wake up irritable, and it's because you fucked with your body. Okay, so don't hit snooze. Stop the snooze shit. You know. Okay, so that's the morning. That's the night before. Okay, but now, John, do you have any questions before I go into the actual morning of?
No, man. No, listen. I knew all this about you. I think the biggest thing for not hitting snooze is tough for people, for sure. I think that is going to be an adjustment for those who try it, for sure. Yeah. But there's a reason behind it. Like you said, you're resetting a sleep cycle, and that's really hard. It fucks with you pretty bad when you do that. So, that's the only comment I would have on that. But let's hear. So, and for everyone listening, this dude's a savage in the morning. Like, him and I are not the same when it comes to the morning routine. We're just not. And he's an animal. So take what he's saying, obviously, and make sure that it can fit for you. But he's a pro at this morning routine now. So
thank you.
What we're about to hear again, this isn't easy. So rip away, my guy. What do you do in the morning?
And I also want to say too, this didn't happen like overnight. Like I had a loose morning routine for probably about maybe 2 years, but I really zoned it in. I'd say probably this past year. So I wake up early. What time do I wake up early? I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. The reason why I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, it used to be 5. This is actually the first week that I've been waking up at 4:30. The reason why I want to wake up at 4:30 is because you probably heard me say before is I really wanted to make meditation a part of my morning. And all I wanted was 5 minutes. And when I would wake up at 5 in the morning, I never could get it because the boys are so inconsistent when they wake up. And so that half hour has allowed me to incorporate meditation and I walk on the treadmill. So I wake up at 4:30. I literally brush my teeth. I put on my clothes that I laid out the night before. I go downstairs and I drink 32 ounces of water right away. Okay. And this is another huge tip for everyone. Once you wake up, you go downstairs, drink at least 20 ounces of water before your coffee. Before your coffee, your body is dehydrated and needs water. So drink water. Okay.
Yep.
After I have my water, I will then do my thing, if you know what I mean, go to the bathroom. So then after that, it's very habitual, you know. So now, sorry, Mom. But so then after that, I go on the treadmill and I walk for about 20 minutes. And the reason why I do that is because I have noticed that my steps, I don't get 8,000 steps in because I have a very sedentary job. Okay, I sit for long periods of time. So my goal is at least 8,000 steps a day. So after I walk, I go upstairs and I meditate. I meditate for 5 minutes. That's all I do. I meditate for 5 minutes. Okay, it calms me down because once the boy's up, it is just go, 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 go. Okay, meditate. After meditation, get the boys up by like 6 o'clock. Get them ready for school, or daycare, I should say. And then I drop them off and I'm at the gym. I'm at the gym for about an hour. And then I come back and I make my core 4, which I talked about in previous episodes.
Right.
And that is how I make every single day my fucking bitch. Because the shit out of the morning. Seriously, I kick the shit out of the morning.
You really do.
Like, I will. Yeah, I can. I love it. Like 8 a.m. Yeah. I am one motherfucking motivated dude. Like, I crush the morning. You know, that's what. But this is also why, like, for when I come on, like, see, I'm getting excited because I know how much I crush the morning. When I log on for work, it doesn't matter what shit I have. Like, because this is the other thing too. Your inbox is someone else's to-do list. It's not mine. Mm-hmm. So the core four and like how we structure our day, I write down like high priority projects that I need to focus on. I also make sure I'm prepared for meetings. And then I look at my inbox. Mm-hmm. So no one's going to tell me like how to dictate my day. I have my shit that I need to do. And
right.
Yeah, I crush it. I crush the morning, man. I appreciate it. I crush it. So dude, and let's hear yours, man, unless you get some more questions.
No, you do. No, I don't personally have any questions. I don't have any questions. I did warn you guys last week that last week was be the only episode we don't cuss in, and BG is getting his money's worth this week. So
there were a lot of swears in there.
There was
I blacked
a lot.
out, man. I blacked out.
You did. You got into that morning zone. All right, so my morning routine. So BG's is intense. Okay, mine's not as intense. Okay, and mine's evolved. It's changed. I've tried new things from people that have their own morning routines that we kind of follow. I like to try some new things and incorporate. And for me personally, I found the more simple I've kept it, for me, the better. So my morning routine is simply about setting myself up for, a good day that would keep me cognitively involved and dialed in, how I can start it that way, nutritionally, how I can start it, and gearing my body and getting ready for what's ahead of me for the day, both mentally and physically. So, BG, you have the 4:30 wake up call, which was a 5 o'clock wake up call. You talk about the sleep, how much sleep you need and things like that, right? So I've talked about it in past episodes too, that I wear a band. It's called the Whoop band. And it tracks a lot of these things for you. It's similar to a Fitbit, but it tracks some more things, and it tracks your recovery, and it tracks the amount of strain you've had for the day. Okay. So you mentioned steps. What I wear tracks the strain that goes with those steps. Okay. And you can also set it and it tracks your sleep. It tracks your REM sleep, your light sleep, your deep sleep, how many wake events you had, those things. Right. And so I can set my band to vibrate when I've hit my goal recovery for that next day. So that's when I started to use this to tell me when, okay, you're good to wake up. Because you can be in the red, the yellow, or the green. Okay, the red, obviously you didn't recover your body. It feels like a pile of shit today. You got to work on your recovery for the day. Don't exert too much strain. Yellow is you're good. You can take on some strain. But the growth opportunities aren't going to be as high as if you are in the green, which means your body's fully recovered and stuff like that. So I make sure that once I hit green, my watch vibrates. My band, it's not a watch. My band vibrates, and I know that I've hit my allotted recovery. I'm good to go. Okay, that's important to me because I like to put high strain on my body throughout the day, and that comes with working out. That comes with, ironically enough, a recovery process. You have strain on your body in the recovery process with ice baths, saunas, those yoga, whatever it is you're doing, the stretching, whatever it may be, right? So I use that to dictate and tell me when my day starts. Okay.
What time do you normally wake up?
It's probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock when the girls are up. That's when like my routine will start at that point. Okay.
Okay. But what time do you normally wake up? Yeah.
About 6:30. I wake like Mom. I'm up.
Okay. Okay.
But it depends on the girls. Really, really does. If they wake up, like you said, it kind of screws you up. I tried waking up earlier, like having like the 5 o'clock routine, and if I have to, I do. Like this past few weeks, my work schedule's been really screwed up, and it's not what it usually is. So I've been getting into the gym sometimes in the morning. Not a huge fan of that. I'm not a workout guy in the morning. I don't like it. You are. So, you know what I mean? So I
tear to my eye.
I know. I'm hurting. I'm hurting your soul. I know. I'm not. It does not mean it doesn't work for me, right? So, if So once I get those things done, the girls are set. Then I focus on everything that I got to take care of for myself in the morning. That's my water. That's my vitamins. That's my healthy breakfast, which is always 4 eggs and a couple blueberries, always every morning. That's how I start my day. And then it's
blueberries, great brain food right there.
Brainberries.
Yeah.
So, and then Danny got me a really cool journal for Christmas this year.
Fucking love that. So shout out to your wife, Danny.
For real.
Great.
It's awesome because it's not like a I'm going to write like just my thoughts journal. It's like it's giving you things it's like a workbook almost.
Yeah. It kind of gives you the topic, right?
It does, man. It's cool. It has reference and refer back to maybe things that make you are the way you are now. It's really intuitive. I love it. So I do that every morning. I'll do my brain exercise like I talked about, where I kind of write things down on each side of the page, my left hand and my right hand.
I love that too.
I plan my day on my board. She also got me like, kind of see it behind me, a little note thing there, but it's like inspirational quote for every day. So I make sure I read that.
Nice. Yeah.
I'll do my gratitude. And then I kind of start my day. So like my day gets really fired up through my mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my body follows that throughout the day. That's how I
love that. Okay? I love that. I love that contrast too.
Me too.
It's like I'm focusing on my body while you're focusing on your mind.
Yep.
You know, I love that.
That's what just worked for me. And when we first started talking about morning routines, man, I was getting up and I was hitting cardio in the morning. Or I would try to do certain, stretches and the mineral cocktail and those type of things. And things just didn't work for me. And I picked what I liked and what I didn't. Right. So there's things that the point of that is there's things that you're going to find you don't like.
Yeah.
And that don't work for you.
100%.
Make it work for you, right?
Yeah.
You're a beast and you get up at 4:30 in the morning. I can guarantee you not everyone's going to want to get up at 4:30 in the morning.
No,
and that's
absolutely
okay.
not.
You know
absolutely
what I
mean?
Not. There are I wish that I could be better about that. That's on me though. I can do it. I'm capable of doing it, right? But for me and how I feel, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. And I think it's important too to say this too, John, is like your morning routine has taken different shapes and sizes, as is mine.
Yeah.
When people probably heard, oh my God, 4:30 wakes up. I do it because like I have to. And the reason why I have to wake up that much earlier is because of my boys. You and I both share the number one value, which is our family. Mm-hmm. And in order for me to be the best father and be the best husband, I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to get my mind right, which is moving my body, so that basically I'm not a prick father or a prick husband, just to be very transparent with you.
Right.
And that works for me, and sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good, man. And it's funny because, Aubrey Marcus's book talked a lot about morning routine, right?
Yeah. Love that. Yeah.
And that's kind of what, like, okay, I'll try some of his shit. Didn't like some of it, liked some of it. He's a big fan of listening and following your circadian rhythm, which is kind of waking up with the sun, right? And kind of letting that be your guide almost. That's when your sun comes up, your body wakes up, right? And I kind of feel that way. That's kind of when I feel my best. Because, 6:30, that's when the sun's breaking through and, okay, I'm good to go. I can get up now, right? And for him, he would talk a lot about, natural light, going outside, feeding off that for a few minutes. He would do a lot of stretching in the morning, basic stretches in the morning, stuff like that. Those are easy things, I think. And I think people who are looking for a routine, those simple, easy things like that are super helpful too. So he had some pretty good tips in his book that I thought were easy to follow, right? But, you have to choose what works for you. And the whole circadian rhythm thing, that's for those of you who don't know, kind of what all that entails. It'd be good for you kind of take a look at that because I think a lot of us, our body clocks follow that. Yeah.
And so we have taken Robin Sharma has some great content about morning routines. He has the 20-20-20 rule where, and don't quote me on this because I know it's like 20 minutes, within 20 minutes of waking up, I believe that you want to move. So it could be just walking, could be something simple. The next 20 minutes after that, I believe you want to like meditate or journal or something. He's very specific with his.
Yeah.
But Robin Sharma is another good resource if you want to look into other morning routines. We said Ed Milet, Tom Bilyeu with Impact Theory. All of these people who are no different than myself and John, the reason why they typically kick the shit out of the day is because they start off by owning the morning. And a really quick way to really start to improve yourself is to start focusing on a morning routine. And it could be simply just, hey, you know what? I love this quote by Jim Quick. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. So if it's waking up maybe 15 minutes earlier than you do now to just do a 5-minute meditation, to write down maybe one thing that you want to accomplish out of the day that is focused for yourself, do it. Start there.
Yeah.
Drink water.
Yep.
Make it simple.
Yeah.
Okay. John and I were very deep. This didn't evolve just like a day or two. Like this is taking me years to do this. Same with John.
You legit started meditating this week, dude.
Yeah.
Like you started
and I've reaped the benefits
this week. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're saying. Like, it's going to evolve. Much like everything we talk about, we always mention how it evolves and how it changes and how that's a good thing because you're learning on how either your mind or body is responding to things. So that's important. You know what I mean? So let your body evolve, let your mind evolve into finding what you like, but do something. You know what I mean? Like, do something.
Yes.
And that's the easiest place to start, man. Like you said, is having water and maybe writing down one thing you're thankful for, just these small little things, and then just try something. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try something to add one more thing to that next week. Okay, then next week I'm going to try to add one more thing to that, and then just build on it and see what you like. You feel more awake. You feel more present. You feel more like you're accomplishing more. Your day feels longer. And those are the things where you can win. And
it's a confidence builder, man. It's a confidence builder. When you can start stacking wins and start stacking that confidence, man, it's huge. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. And I want to share this quote that I love that by the GOAT, Tony Robbins. He was recently on the Ed Milet show as well. He said, when you invest in yourself, there's no depreciation. And that's huge. That's huge. So make 2023
that one puts some
best year of your life.
And that was a good one.
Yeah. And the easiest way to really start to, wow, we are really on a delay, huh? Holy fuck.
It's pretty bad, dude. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
We're fighting through it.
Yep. So where's I going with that? Should I ask you like a fire burner question?
Dude, you got one? Fire away, man. You've been coming at like a lot of the guests with them and they're kind of getting stumped on it. So
yeah, like what the fuck? They can't think quick on their feet? Come on.
Yeah, come on. You're going to stump me.
Sorry.
Come on.
We got to take that out. Sorry. Because that was just like slap them. Okay. So I would say, John, for 2023, is there anything in your morning routine that you are toying with and possibly incorporating or shifting around?
I would like to get more active physically in the morning. I would. Because when I do, I feel really fucking good, man. Like this past week when I had to get out and work out, I was like, when I was, even before like my actual workout, I'm literally making my pre-workout. I'm like, I should do this more. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, I am such a creature of habit with working out that like the time frames I work out are like, I feel odd if I'm not working out in those time frames. You know what I mean? So like, I think I got to figure out, and there's little things, man. Like I want to start like either trail running or mountain biking, I think. And I think those would be cool things to do in the morning. You know what I mean? So like, maybe I can incorporate that. So like I got to find different ways that I can maybe get a little more active in the morning. I love that I get my mind rolling. I love where my routine's at now, but being, I think, a little bit more active in the morning would be beneficial too, because I can still do all my brain stuff, but and still add some physical activity if I was to get up earlier. I'm just not great at going to bed early, and that's where I have a hard time. I can't shut down at 9 like you do. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I really try and I just can't. So I adjust the morning.
There is I think it's in April, either April or May. I know our boy Kev Coughlin talked about on Soapstone Mountain.
Yep.
There's that 5-mile run.
Yeah.
That kicks shit out of you. We should do that. And I could help
Let's
you
fucking
train
do it.
because I know you're not a huge runner, but
I'm definitely not a huge runner. I got great fucking legs. I'm not a huge runner.
But dude, it's all about pacing yourself. Because I think a lot of times when with a lot of runners, they don't necessarily they blow their load too early. They don't know necessarily how to pace yourself. So I mean, that would be huge. That'd be awesome.
That's not a bad idea, man. That's not a bad idea. I'm for it. Like, because it's challenge, right? So
exactly.
So for me, getting up in the morning and just working out or jumping on elliptical, like, where's the real challenge in that, right? You know what I mean? Like, where's the goal for that at the end of the road? But if we got a goal for it, man, that might be a good idea.
Hell yeah.
You're listening to a brainstorming session now.
Yeah, that's great.
But
this is what you need, man. This is what you need. You have to evolve. You need to push yourself physically and mentally, man.
Right? No doubt, brother. No doubt. All right, guys, that is our morning routine. You hear us talk about it a lot. You've heard us talk about it in the past, but we dove in a little bit deeper today. BG gave you guys some good stuff that is actually proven as far as how it benefits you in your day by having a morning routine. So keep that in mind. Remember, not everything is for everybody, but find your few things that you like, incorporate them in your day, and make sure that you start somewhere because it will make a huge difference in your day. So. We appreciate it. Episode 17. BG can't hear me currently, so when we audit Mother, I'm not frozen. He thinks I'm frozen, but I'm not frozen. So we will catch you guys on the back end of this thing. We appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for listening in as always, and we will catch you guys next week.